श्री गणपति भगवान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। श्री बांके बिहारी लाल की जय। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बो फलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पारपङ्कजम्। जय गणराया श्री गणराया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया।
जय गणराया श्री गणराया।
ओ जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक। अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक। अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक। अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक। अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया
मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया।
सिंदूर वदना पंकज चरणा। सिंदूर वदना पंकज चरणा। सिंदूर वदना पंकज चरणा मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। सिंदूर वदना पंकज चरणा मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया। जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता भगवान गणेश सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता the Lord who is the giver of siddhi. We don't talk a lot about Bhagwan Sri Ganesha. And during every year at our temple, Ganesh Chaturthi, we do special puja. Last year in September, I believe it was a long weekend, we went to a particular park and we did the whole pujas, and we placed Bhagwan Ganeshji, the earthen Ganeshji, into the water. Ganpati Bhagwan is an extremely important deity in our life. Shankara Suvan Kesari, he is Parvati Nandan. And Shankara Suvan is Parvati Nandan, mean the son of Ma Parvati and Bhagwan Shivji. How was Bhagwan Ganesha brought into this world? Bhagwan Ganesha, in the absence of Bhagwan Shiva and Parvati Mata, in the absence of Bhagwan Shiva in the life of Parvati, because you have to remember, Shivji Bhagwan is always very busy, goes here, goes there. And those who are serving the world, the nature of those people is that they're never stable. Even if they don't travel, they're always serving others other than their family. You have to understand that. Those who serve community and serve the world, they spend more time with community and other people more than they do with the family. And that is it's not a good thing, right? But Shivji Bhagwan, he is Parameshwar, so he went all over and he was serving. Mata Parvati, of course, was alone. And in order to create some sort of protection for her, one day as Mata Parvati was taking a bath, from her body, from the dirt that came from her body, formed an object, formed a little baby called Ganesha. Ganpati Bhagwan did not take birth from the womb. He's not, like you and I. He's not a mortal. He did not take birth from the womb of Ma Parvati. No. From her yogic power came this beautiful baby called Ganesha. I think you all know that Chitta Pavan Gagana Sharira, our body or inside of us and on us, we carry the 5 elements with us. Water is the highest element we carry, 72%, and other elements we carry as well. From these elements, we can create so many things. This body creates another body. That's a phenomenal thing. No machine do that these days, right? The body creates another body. And this goes back to our Hindu text, my friends, our very ancient Mahashiva Puran documented this so very nicely. That the elements of Ma Parvati, from her body, they came together. She is the mother of the universe. She does not need an external intervention to create something. She herself can create that. Ma Parvati, from her body, washed the dirt and came Ganpati. At that point in time, his name was Vinayak. And so Vinayak, this little boy, he did not have an elephant head then, obviously. But he became very protective of his mother. Extremely protective, that, when she's alone, by nature, he's protective. Ganpati. And so one day, as Bhagwan Shiv was coming in, imagine this, my friends. The father of the home was not recognized by his son. And Bhagwan Ganeshji says, Rukiye, kaun hai aap? And he says, I am Shiva. He says, who's Shiv? I am Parvati's consort. Ganpati laughed, ha ha ha. No, you're not Parvati's consort. Parvati is my mother. Parvati is my mother and you're not any consort. And so, anyways, a little bit of fight got into the place. And Bhagwan Shiva says, listen, boy, if you don't get out of my way, then I'll have to make sure I take you out of the path. And Ganpati says, no, my mother created me for this purpose. My purpose of creation or in creation is to protect. And I will protect my mother. Nobody will go inside. She's having a bath and you cannot go inside unless I allow you to, my friends. And what happened? Shivji Bhagwan, they got into a little bit of jhagrana. And Bhagwan Shiva took his trishul and the Lord playfully threw it. The head of Ganesha was separated. When Parvati Ma came out and saw the body was separated from the head of Ganapati, of Vinayak, what she did, all her 9 forms manifested. Rage, Ma Parvati, she's Adi Shakti, the mother of the world. So the fire came out of her eyes and commanded Shiva that unless you bring back life to my son, I will destroy this entire creation of yours. And when the lady speaks in the home, this is what has to happen. That is what is going to happen, guys. So Shivji says, no, I have to bring back life. So Shiva sent his ganas to go and find the first form of life. And the first form of life that you find, bring the head of that life to me. Now, why not the whole body? Why bring the head? Right? So they went, and the first form of life that they saw was an elephant. And they brought the head of the elephant. The elephant, of course, Bhagwan Shiva took the head and placed it on the body of Ganesha, and he became, of course, alive again. Now, there's a lot of discussions here we have to have, and I'll tell you everything about it. Because Ganpati, that form, that boy, is just a manifestation of someone called Adi Ganesh. These forms that we see, Ganpati, Hanuman, Ram, Krishna, and all of them, they are just manifestation of something bigger. They are manifestations of something that is already existing. Now let me give you an example. When Shivji Bhagwan and Mata Parvati were getting married, of course they had no children that time. Oh no. Right? They weren't married, but they sat there and they did Ganesh Puja. Now, think about that. There was no Ganesha in their life, but they did Ganpati Puja. How is that even possible? You see, the Ganpati form that we see, that is a manifestation of Adi Ganesha, the protective energy. It's a manifestation of your intelligence, my friends, is a manifestation of Ganpati. Your knowledge is a manifestation of Ganpati. I hope you're learning these things because they're important for you to understand. How would Shiva and Parvati getting married performing Ganpati Puja when he's not yet created? They didn't have a son. They're worshipping the protective energy called Ganesha. Right? And that is what you and I need to understand. When you're worshipping Ram, Krishna Bhagwan, you're worshipping a form, but you're worshipping Narayan. You remember when Shivji Bhagwan was asked by Mata Parvati, when you close your eyes, Shivji, what do you see? Who do you think about? Ram Bhagwan didn't come into this world as yet. Shivji closed his eyes and he says, Ram. Because he knew the lineup of creation that has to come. And he admired that creation more, that manifestation of God the most. My friends, Ganpati Bhagwan, the elephant head was put on him. And life, Hinduism recorded, by the way, before all these surgeries are happening, Hinduism recorded in our text the first head transplant that was done. I gotta tell you, today we are talking about heart transplant and all these kidney transplant and whatever it is. Those are a piece of cake considering that Bhagwan Shivji did head transplant. Take one hand, transplant it to the other, stitch it up. That's why he's called Vaidyanath, the Lord of all the doctors, Shivji Bhagwan, the Lord of medicine. So he stitched it up back. There we go, Ganpati in the elephant form again. Why do we worship Ganesha first? Shivji Bhagwan blessed him and says, Ganesh, from today you're going to be known as Ganesh. or Ganpati, which means the Lord of the Ganas, the Lord of my followers. And as of today, no puja, declaring to the world, no puja, no satsang, nothing can start without Ganpati being present, without Ganpati being invoked. Ganeshji Bhagwan must be invoked, my friends. I mean, when you get up from your Om Gam Ganapataye Namah, start with Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Whatever you're doing, starting your day, opening your computer, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. You don't know any Ganpati mantras, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. You leave your door, you open your office door, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Because he is that energy, protective energy. He's like that coconut oil we rub on our hand when we peel the katahari. Remember that story? The protective energy that allows you to stay away from the stains of the world. That is Sri Ganesha. My friends, and Ganpati Bhagwan, from that day, we know him as Ganesha. Why did Bhagwan Shiva cut off his head? Ganpati Bhagwan, he displayed a lot of anger to Shivji Bhagwan. He displayed a lot of behavior that was not in line with that of a son of Shiva. And Bhagwan Shiva says, the head that you bear, so much anger, so much, frustration in that head does not belong to you, my son. There's a little bit more story than the actual physical cutting off of the head. Cutting off of the head, my friends, all of us should in a way give our head to God and allow the Lord to bless us with a new one. When you put your head at the feet of Bhagwan, why don't you put your feet at the feet of Bhagwan, you put your head at the feet of Bhagwan. You're telling Bhagwan, Prabhu, take this most stubborn head of mine and refine my thoughts, refine my knowledge, refine my intellect, or at least help me to refine my intellect so that I can become a better thinker, a better doer, a better son, a better child. Because here is where everything, the machine of the body is. Bhagwan Shiva said that head of yours does not serve the body that the person that you are. So separate it, give you a little bit more noble one, right? And so from that day he became Ganesha. And Bhagwan Ganesha, of course, we know many fond stories of him. Of course, one day him and his brother Kartikeya were there playing, and Bhagwan Shiva and Parvati Mata, they look at the two sons and they say they're so close in age, who should get married first? You know this story very well, I hope. And then Parvati Mata says, we got to put them to a test. And both of them came, and Parvati Mata and Shivji says, to decide who's going to get married first, we're going to give you a little test. And so whoever goes around this world 7 times and come back here first, then that person will get married. When Kartikeya heard that, he jumped on his peacock and he started to fly around the world. He gone, right? He believed in working hard. Ganpati Bhagwan, he relaxed and says, well, look at me. I can't raise Kartikeya for sure. He has a peacock, I have a mouse. So I have to think smart. I have to work smart. And so what happened? Bhagwan Ganesha placed his mother and father to sit. And he jumped on his mouse and he slowly took his time and he went around 7 times. And when he was finished, he says, Mata Pita, it's time to get married now, but please arrange this to happen. Parvati Mata says, Blikin Ganpati, you haven't even started the races yet. Your brother maybe completed 1 round of the world already. You haven't even started. Jaldi, hurry up. Bhagwan Ganesh give a lecture to his parents. He says, no. You told us to go around the world 7 times. Ma, Pitaji, isn't it you who said that one's parents are one's world? You is it who told me that to worship the world and have less appreciation for the parents is fruitless? So you are my world, you are my everything. You are the source of creation. You are my soul, you are everything. Atma Tvam Girija Mati Sahachara. You are everything to me. And when that happened, that he gave them that lecture, He says, isn't it you, Bhagwan Pitaji Shiva, who taught the world that one's parents are their gods, and so on, and he went on and on. And when they heard the argument of Ganpati, they were forced to marry him, of course. When Kartikeya came back, and Kartikeya ji heard about this, Kartikeya ji got very upset. He said that, you cheated me. And what happened, my friends? Kartikeya, from that day, he left home and he went into a particular place. And so that's why most of the pictures you see, they have Ganpati, Bhagwan Shiv, Parvati, and Ganesha. At Bhavani Shankar Mandir, you see the whole family, by the way. Shivji, Parvati, Ganeshji, and Kartikeya. The whole family is there. Kartikeya left that day, and in Kartik Purnima, every year in November, what happens? Bhagwan Shiv and Parvati Mata, along with Ganesha, they go and they visit Kartikeya to complete that family. That's a very powerful day for the worship of that family. Beautiful stories about Ganeshji. There's so many fun things about him eating laddu and so on, and we know all those fun things. But my friends, never should we start anything without Bhagwan Ganeshji prayers. As I've explained to you before, our tradition is that we bow to Ganesha, then Shivji, Parvati, and everything else. So let us continue our prayers this evening. As we've worshipped Ganpati Bhagwan, let us give thanks to Ma Parvati and Bhagwan Shivji, bring them in our lives and allow them to, of course, energize us at all times. Om Namah Parvati Pataye, Namah Parvati Pataye. Middle. Namah Parvati Pataye, Har 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 Mahadeva. Sarva Mangala Mangalye, Shive Sarvath Sadhike, Sharanye Trayambake Gauri, Narayani Namostute. Chandrasekhar Aye Namah, Gangadharaye Namah. Chandrasekhar Aye Namah, Gangadharaye Namah. Chandrasekhar Aye Namah, Gangadharaye Namah. Om Namah Shivaya 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 Namah. Chandrasekhar Aye Namah, Gangadharaye Namah. Chandrasekhar Aye Namah, Gangadharaye Namah. O Gangadharaye Namah, Gangadharaye. Shankar Bhagwan ki Jai. Our opening Hanumanji Chalisa. All of you will join with us. Yesterday, all of you had such a beautiful time in Hanumanji Jandi. And I saw so many pictures online from so many pictures from Guyana, especially, and Canada, of course, and America. So God bless all of you. Let's together sing Hanumanji Chalisa. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj, निज मन मुकुर सुधार, बरनो रघुबर विमल जसु, जोदायक फलचारि, बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरो पवन कुमार, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु हारहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर। जय कपीश तिहुँ लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा। अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी। कुमत निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा। कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ भाग्य और ध्वजा विराजे। कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन। तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर। राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया। राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा। विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे। रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए। श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए। रघुपति की नहीं बहुत बड़ाई। तुम मम प्रिया भरत संभाई। सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे। अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा। नारद सारद सहित अहीसा। यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते। कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव कीन्हा। राम मिलाए राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना। लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु। लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका विमुख माही। जल्दी लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते। सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे। होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी शरणा। तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संहारो आपे। तीनों लोक हाथ ते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे। महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरे सब पीरा। जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे। मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा। इनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे। तासु अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा। है प्रसिद्धि जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे। असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरहि, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई, जो कहीं बंदी महासुख होई। जो यहाँ पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा। तुलसीदास सदा हरिचेरा, की जयनाथ हृदय महादेवा। की जयनाथ हृदय महादेवा, की जयनाथ हृदय महादेवा। पावन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूरति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय में बसहूँ सुरभूप। सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। This evening I'd like to thank our sponsor. I would like to thank Auntie Usha very much. Ishrani and Ajoda Prasad, their formal names, and their children along with their mother, Mataji Dev Kumari. This is, of course, a family of our temple and a family who we've known for years. Auntie Usha, we call her fondly. They are giving thanks today, and she wrote a beautiful note to me here. I'd like to read to you. Always online every day, and no occasion, but life is an occasion. She said she's grateful for a positive spin on a negative outlook. Right? Positive spin for a negative outlook. Thankful for the opportunity to better understand our faith at an elevated level, always leaving us thirsty for more. Of course, referring to Shanti Satsangh. Very thoughtful message, and of course, these are always well-wishers of our temple, and of course, always supportive and encouraging at least. Thank you very much, Auntie Usha and your family, and we miss you all very much. It was so, lovely of you to reach out for this. Appreciate it very much. We want to say as well, happy birthday to Auntie Lake. Lake Dwarka Prasad, of course, is for our formal name. Auntie Lake is one of the devotees of our temple, always helpful, always there, always, encouraging, and Uncle Lach as well. Uncle Lach, we miss you very much. Auntie Lake, we miss you so much. But today, we want to say happy birthday, and hope you had a very blissful day. And this, of course, is coming on behalf of your husband, Uncle Lach, or Mr. Lachman Dwarka Prasad, and your loving children, of course, Devani and Ravina. And I got a note here just now. Hold on for a sec. Just came in. Devani, Ravina, and Niku was a little girl that, of course, Auntie Lake is very fond of in their family. She takes care of her. So happy birthday to you, Auntie Lake, and may you always continue to be happy, pleasant, stay healthy amidst challenging times. And it was so nice to see you out, of course, a few days ago. God bless you both. Stay well, and we'll have a dedication for you later, of course. We're going to go to a bhajan by Bhumika. Afterwards, we'll talk about Bhakti Yoga and its impact in our life, the Bhakti movement and all that, a little bit. Now, Bhumika will sing, Prabhu Tero Naam, Jo Dhyave Phal Pave Sukh Daye. Lord, your name. To admire the form of God is one thing, but the minute that name, Ram Naam Narke Sari Kanak Kasipu Kalikar, Japak Jih Prahlad mein. There were devotees who did not have a vision of God. There was a time when murtis were not there, or people created a vision, but they did not have a vision sometime. How did they rely on their connection? Prabhu Tero Naam, on the name of God. And my friends, other people's name will get you into trouble, but Bhagwan's name will take you out of trouble and keep you blessed all the times. Enjoy the bhajan.
प्रभु तेरो नाम जो ध्यावे फल पावे सुखदाये तेरो नाम प्रभु तेरो नाम जो ध्यावे फल पावे सुखदाये तेरो नाम तेरी दया हो जाए तो दाता तेरी दया हो जाए जीवन धन मिल जाए सुखदाये तेरो नाम प्रभु तेरो नाम जो ध्यावे फल पावे सुखदाये तेरो नाम तू दानी तू अंतर्यामी तू दानी तू अंतर्यामी तेरी कृपा हो जाए तो स्वामी तेरी कृपा हो जाए तो स्वामी हर बिगड़ी बन जाए जीवन धन मिल जाए सुखदाये तेरो नाम प्रभु तेरो नाम जो ध्यावे फल पावे सुखदाये तेरो नाम बस जाए मोरा सुनांगना बस जाए मोरा सुनांगना खिल जाए मुरझाया कंगना खिल जाए मुरझाया कंगना जीवन में रस आए जीवन धन मिल जाए सुखदाये तेरो नाम प्रभु तेरो नाम जो ध्यावे फल पावे सुखदाये तेरो नाम तेरी दया हो जाए तो दाता तेरी दया हो जाए तो दाता जीवन धन मिल जाए सुखदाये तेरो नाम प्रभु तेरो नाम जो ध्यावे फल पावे सुखदाये तेरो नाम प्रभु तेरो नाम जो ध्यावे फल पावे सुखदाये तेरो नाम सुखदाये तेरो नाम सुखदाये तेरो नाम
Sukh, happiness, peace can all come, of course, from the calling or mere calling the name of the divine. The other day I told you whether you're, just relaxing yourself and say, oh, Shri Ram or Om Namah Shivaya. It is, my friends, a way of calling his name. He never gets offended. The people of Vrindavan, I've told you this many times, I think, when they're happy, they go, Radhe Radhe. When somebody hit them with a bike, they go, Radhe Radhe. When they apologize, they go, Radhe Radhe. Because even to express anger, my friends, Radha and Krishna or Bhagwan becomes a filter in your life. What is this, my friends? God's name must be recited with a simple ingredient called bhakti. Bhakti is the taste in everything that we do, in our food. No matter how much, my friends, healthy you are and whatever it is that we eat these days to maintain good health, please continue to. Unless the food has taste, it is hardly enjoyed. Bhakti is the taste in our food. Without bhakti, my friends, without this devotion, our presence in front of God is merely an object that is lifeless, that is purposeless. And so bhakti has transformed people from this earth into a heavenly platform. With bhakti, our work becomes seva. With bhakti, your work becomes seva to the Lord. Our garden at the temple now, as you know, it's time the people take care of it. By the way, I will tell you again and again, these things, cutting our lawn, maintenance of our temple, a state-of-the-art temple, by the way, with all the facilities there, gardening, all these kind of things, we do not pay for, because the wonderful volunteers of our community, of course, you have to really spend your life to motivate them, but they're the ones who are doing all these beautiful things for us. Whether it's planting, putting plants on the ground in a temple or of your home, if you do it with animosity or hatred or any other thing, then it's just a meaningless action. But when done with love, that action becomes seva. It becomes a service to God and to community. Sunday, I cannot say enough. The hundreds of people that came from all parts of the place in Canada here, all parts of the city, they drove there, but they did not just drive and drop off. Because they did with such devotion, that act became a seva to mankind. To mankind. With devotion, our speech becomes a prayer, a prarthana. With bhakti only, our speech becomes a prarthana. With bhakti, our journey becomes a pilgrimage. With bhakti, our home is transformed into a temple. With bhakti, admiration is transformed into love. With bhakti, my friends, with bhakti, an expression of this physical body becomes an offering to God. This is how important devotion is in our life. Without bhakti, we admire the beautiful painting or the beautiful sculpture. But with bhakti, with devotion, we admire the carving as God. There are some people who come to the temple and they'll say, oh my God, look at this murti, so nice. And what kind of marble you get and how nice he painted and all this kind of thing. And there are some who's going to come and says, Bhagwan is so beautiful. Ma is so graceful. Bhakti makes a difference in how you express yourself in this world. Bhakti is the ingredient of life which allows us to appreciate the divinity in everything. If we are devoted, my friends, to God, and this here is something that we have to apply in our lives. Devotion at your work, devotion to your family, devotion to society, devotion to your satsang, devotion to yourself starts with devotion at the feet of the divine. When you have become so, my friends, close to Bhagwan in devotion, then what happens? That devotion spreads. That devotion multiplies. That devotion adds up and it reflects at your work. You become so devoted at work. You become devoted to your relationships. You become devoted to your family. Yes, that devotion to Bhagwan. You're devoted to yourself. There's absolutely nothing wrong in devoting to yourself. Being devoted to yourself. Devote your time. Invest in yourself. To exercise, to eat well, to take care of yourself, to spoil yourself a little bit. Invest in yourself, my friends. But it all starts at the feet of Bhagwan. And that is why our prayer is not, and our prarthana and our system is not just designed to beg God all the time for something or Bhagwan be merciful. No, it is designed to help us in life in every aspect. Because when we are devoted as such to his feet, that devotion is revealed in all other aspects of our life. That, friends, is what we call bhakti. Bhakti is the tool of life which awakens the sleeping forces of bliss in you. It is. In the Ramayana, my friends, Bhagwan Sri Ram, he spoke to Lakshman. What does he say? Dharmate virati jogte jnana ज्ञान मोक्ष पद वेद बखाना. Very important verse. धर्म ते विरति योग ते ज्ञाना ज्ञान मोक्ष पर वेद बखाना. जाते बेगी द्रव में भाई सोमम भगति भगत सुखदाई. Bhagwan Ram says, Lakshman, from the practice of virtue springs dispassion. From the practice of yoga, of course, springs wisdom. From spiritual wisdom bestows liberation, so declare the Vedas. But my brother, what melts my heart quickly is that which is called bhakti. Bhakti. So mama bhagati bhagat sukadai. Bhakti melts my heart. Devotion melts my heart. And he says, it is the delight of my devotees. And so, what happens? This bhakti that we have is not only a prayerful thing. You see, devoted people, my friends, devoted people are not only religious people. I want you to know this. Devoted people, not because a person go to mandir every day and go to church every day and whatever every day, it means they're devoted. It doesn't mean you should stop going it doesn't mean that. It means when you're there, you're just devoted. You're committed. You are there and you're nowhere else when you are in your satsang. And we have, over the years, of course, over the decades as Hindus, from all parts of the world, we have dedicated our time to satsang and prayers. This devotion, my friends, goes a far way. You know that people take things for granted. A lot of us think that we are breathing by accident. A lot of us think that we are seeing by accident. A lot of us think that our children are today successful because it is just an accident, or we did all the work. Many of us think sometimes that we are who we are today because we just woke up in the morning and that's it, it's an accident. Friends, it's not an accident. It's never an accident. And that is why it's not that I dislike it, but I don't agree when people say good luck with that. Yeah, I told you before, when I made a commitment that I will do satsang, Shanti Satsangh until, this COVID thing, everybody is back to normal. Well, what normalcy means, I don't know. One gentle person told me, good luck with that. In a very sarcastic way, right? Good luck with that. People don't like people do good things these days. They get annoyed. They get annoyed as though, it's a bad thing to do good thing. And I said, my friend, those who are, devoted to Bhagwan don't need luck. You don't need luck. I don't know what luck is. Luck is something made up to wish someone well when you can't wish them blessings of God. I don't know what luck is. If you can tell me what luck is, awesome. I know who God is. I know who my captain is. I know that hard work pays off. I know that bone-chilling temperatures going in the morning to do Bhagwan Shiva's puja, I know that pays off. I know that satsang pays off. I know that investing in our children pays off. I know that investing in yourself pays off. That's what I don't know this thing called luck. If there was such a thing called luck, we'll all be just sitting down and just wishing each other good luck and see how things happen. But this thing called bhakti, this thing called devotion, it stands by itself. It requires no support of luck. It requires no support of best wishes, Sometimes, most of the time, people tell you good luck, they are wishing you bad. They're jealous of you. And that is why if you're doing well in life and you're climbing in your job and you're doing well in community, there are a lot who are going to dislike you because you're doing well. because you're doing well, my friends. I can go on and tell you a lot of stories about that. But the thing is, we're not here for that. We're here to understand that the simple ingredient which matters in life is that you have bhakti. You have bhakti. And that bhakti is going to make your work seva. Is going to make your speech a prayer. Is going to make your expression a prayerful one to the divine. And that is what matters in life. That is what matters in life, my friends, to make this connection with the divine. Na main Meera, na main Radha, फिर भी शाम को पाना है. The devotee is a beautiful song. ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, फिर भी शाम को पाना है. हे भगवान, I am not Meera, I am not Radha, लेकिन फिर भी शाम को पाना है. Am I qualified to reach you, Krishna? Am I qualified to win your confidence, O Sham? Because Mirabai was great, Radha was great. What made them great? Their devotion made them great. What are we devoted to and who are we devoted to is a whole bunch of things. पास मेरे तो कुछ भी नहीं है. Hey Bhagwan Sham, I have nothing in my life. चरणों में शीश झुकाया है. All I can do is place my head at your feet, O Krishna. Na main Meera, na main Radha. I am not Meera, I am not Radha. Sham, Bhagwan, will you accept me? Now let's clap our hands, my friends, as we sing. And we express, remember, singing when there is bhakti becomes a prayer to the divine Prabhu. So, we're going to start with clapping our hands today, my friends. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody. ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, फिर भी शाम को पाना है, फिर भी शाम को पाना है. पास मेरे तो कुछ भी नहीं है, पास मेरे तो कुछ भी नहीं है. चरणों में शीश झुकाना है, चरणों में शीश झुकाना है. ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा. Shri Radhe. Clap your hands, everybody. Come on. जब तेरी सूरत देखी, उसमें प्रेम की मूरत देखी. जब से तेरी सूरत देखी, उसमें प्रेम की मूरत देखी. अपना मुझे बनाना है, अपना मुझे बनाना है. ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, फिर भी शाम को पाना है. ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा. श्री राधे. जब तब साधन कुछ ना जानूं, अपनी लगन को सब कुछ मानूं. जब तब साधन कुछ ना जानूं, अपनी लगन को सब कुछ मानूं. दिल का दर्द सुनाना है, दिल का दर्द सुनाना है. ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, फिर भी शाम को पाना है, फिर भी शाम को पाना है. ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा. जन्म जन्म से भूली तुमको, अब जाकर हूँ जाने तुमको। जन्म जन्म से भूली तुमको, अब जाकर हूँ जाने तुमको। अपना अब ना तुम्हें बुलाना है, अब ना तुम्हें बुलाना है। ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा। फिर भी शाम को पाना है, फिर भी शाम को पाना है। ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा। दासी तेरी शरण में आई, लगन मिलन की मन में समाई। दासी तेरी शरण में आई, लगन मिलन की मन में समाई। प्रेम की भेद बढ़ाना है, प्रेम की भेद चढ़ाना है। ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा। फिर भी शाम को पाना है, फिर भी शाम को पाना है। पास मेरे तो कुछ भी नहीं है, पास मेरे तो कुछ भी नहीं है। चरणों में शीश झुकाना है, चरणों में शीश झुकाना है। ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा। ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा। ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा, ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा। ना मैं मीरा ना मैं राधा. We talked about Meera. How about Radha Devi? Radha sadhyam sadhanam yasya Radha mantro Radha mantradhatri cha Radha sarvam Radha जीवनम यस्य राधा 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 वांचिकम तस्य शेषम. Bhakti for Sri Krishna. Bhakti for Sri Krishna cannot be talked about, cannot be spoken of, cannot be experienced without thinking about Radha Devi, without calling her name Radha Devi, without bowing to Radha Devi. Bhakti, this devotion to life, this devotion to herself, this devotion to work, which is all found at the feet of Bhagwan, it can never be found, it can never be experienced in our life, my friends, without Radha Devi, with her presence, her name, and everything. And, we can discuss, I think many of you know by now, when we were little at least, many of you are still confused about Radha and Krishna's, their relationship. Radha Devi, as you know, is not married to Krishna, but she stands at the left-hand side of Sri Krishna. Bhagwan Sri Krishna is married to Rukmini Devi, Satyabhama and so on. That's a whole different discussion, but was not married to Radha Devi. This type of love, we all have love, my friends, different kinds of love. A love from a child to a parent is different from a love that the child has for his siblings. A child loves a parent differently than the siblings, and they love their friends differently, they love their family differently. It is this love that springs in different types. And love is expressed in different ways. We hug, we walk together, we express, love is not only a physical way of expressing. You can treat people well if you love them. There's nothing wrong in doing that, You so love somebody, you treat them well with respect. Treat them with honor. Treat them with dignity. And that's what love is. It's not always about an expression of some kind to flourish your life with something because I love you. That's probably to keep you quiet and to keep you busy doing something else. Understand? This love for Sri Krishna Bhagwan that Radha Devi had, was pure love. This love, my friends, could not be tainted with that of the love of a spouse and the partner. No. And for that and many other reasons, you did not see Bhagwan Shri Krishna, of course, marry Radha Devi. Because that love, that bhakti that she had, that love was bhakti. And that could not be tainted for any reason. There was no opportunity to taint that love, my friends. It has to be left as pure as is. There's something in life you have to just leave it like that. You just have to leave it. And I think most things in life, we overcomplicate life sometimes because we want to understand the meaning behind every little thing. Why rather than marry Krishna? Krishna's so heartless, this and we want to make sense out of everything. While this world is made, this world is made in most things. In most cases, this world will function better if we just leave things alone. Do not touch it. Do not disturb it. And you see how beautiful this world will function, right? Many of us, our state of mind and our happiness will never be stable because we can't just leave things as it is. We cannot leave people alone. Love is like that. If you really truly love someone, my friends, if you really truly love someone, express that by respecting their ways, by respecting them, and by allowing them to embrace life. And so that was Sri Krishna Bhagwan with Radha. That love cannot be touched. That love cannot be interfered with. That is bhakti. That is that kind of love. And so, my friends, na main Meera, na main Radha, phir bhi sham ko pana hai. What kind of devotion do you need to have in order to win Krishna or win Bhagwan Sri Ram? What kind of love do you have to have? How do you measure this love, measure this devotion? Right? And that's why I tell you, my friends, that as Hindus, prayers, in our way, the way we do prayers is a very unique thing. Right? Just like a child is attached to a doll, they comb their hair, they change their clothes, and whatever they do, they become so attached to that physical aspect of their toy. And as a Hindu, on a daily basis, we have that opportunity to express our joy, to express our devotion in physical prayers, in bathing the Lord, in kumkum the Lord, and dressing the Lord, in expressing. We have that ability to do that. And by doing it constantly, what happens? We create a beautiful, magical relationship with our divine. And there are different stages of doing that. There are tremendous stages of doing that, my friends. And that is why our parents have taught us, that we couldn't leave house without prayers. We couldn't wake up in the morning and not do puja. It was part of our life. And that really helped the bhakti to start. Now there is the bhakti movement. The bhakti movement are those, my friends, not only who sing and who dance in the name of God, but who really promote devotional singing, who promote, devotional satsang. Not all satsang are devotional satsang, by the way. Devotional clothing. This is very important. Part of the bhakti movement is to dress with bhakti, is to sing with bhakti, is to carry yourself with bhakti, is to live with bhakti, and is to promote bhakti. Devotional clothing. The bhakti movement is part of devotional clothing. Right? Do you know that not all saris are puja saris? You know that. I don't want to dig too much into that aspect and offend people, but not all saris or not Indian wear are bhakti wear. Not all saris can be worn to sit and do a puja, because these days the less the sari, the more the price. Right? There's the bhakti movement, promotes dressing with devotion. That is, carrying yourself gracefully, wearing simple clothing. You can wear expensive clothing as well. as long as it aligns with our bhakti movement. Carry yourself with devotion. When one carries himself with devotion, we are devoting ourselves to the world and not only to smaller things. Speak with devotion, promote love and devotion. The bhakti movement, my friends, is alive today because so many of you are in satsang, and will very much be alive because of what we're doing. We are not allowing devotion to fall, satsang to fall, dharma to fall. And that is why I call it a movement, a bhakti movement. If you want to make a difference in anything, you have to start a movement. To make a difference in a small capacity is a difference. But to really make a difference, you have to start a movement. You have to make it big. And then when that happens, my friends, it sends a message for others to, of course, follow the path. Never ever leave this path of bhakti. Continue to be devoted. Continue to, of course, carry yourself with respect, gracefully. Speak with bhakti. Speak with love. Treat others like you are devoted to them. Not only say that you are treated. And when this happens, my friends, life becomes a bhakti movement. Our work becomes a devotion. Many of us, we live our life we live the whole week in order to look forward for the weekend. That's a really bad way to live. To struggle 5 days only to look forward for 2, oh my God, weekend come, Saturday and Sunday come. It's a very bad way to live. It is a very stressful way to live. To live 5 days of 7 days in the week, you live 5 days in suffering, waiting for 2 days to come. Can you imagine that? Out of 7 days, you're suffering 5 days, and 2 days you're living. That's bad. 250 days of the week, of the year, rather, you're dying, and then 50-something days, or another 100 days you're living. It's not good. I mean, I don't know if the math is even right, but 52 times 5. 52 times 5. You multiply that, that's the amount of days, the number of days you're actually dying. No, we can't. This bhakti from God has to go to our work. Be devoted to your work. So that you enjoy your work. So that you enjoy being there. And then when the weekend comes, that's extra bonus of relaxation that we have. But my friends, never allow our bhakti to, of course, diminish from our life. Krishna jinka naam hai, Gokul jinka dham hai, aisa Sri Bhagavan ka mera barambar pranam hai. This beautiful song dedicated to Sri Krishna. Of course, we bow to Sri Krishna in devotion, and we express this bhakti, this devotional song to him. May his presence always be in your life. Vrinda.
कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। यशोदा जिनकी मैया है, नंद जी बाबैया है, यशोदा जिनकी मैया है, नंद जी बाबैया है, ऐसे श्री गोपाल को, ऐसे श्री गोपाल को बारंबार प्रणाम प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। द्रौपदी सुता को लाज बचायो, ग्रह से गज को बंद चुरायो। द्रौपदी सुता को लाज बचायो, ग्रह से गज को बंद चुरायो। ऐसी कृपा धाम को, ऐसी कृपा धाम को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है। ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है।
बारंबार प्रणाम है. Again and again we bow to Shri Krishna. Happy birthday to you, Auntie Lake. Once again on behalf of all the members of Bhavani Shankar Mandir, on behalf of Uncle Ach, your husband, your three beautiful daughters, of course, and we don't want to leave out Niku. So on behalf of Uncle Ach, Devani, Ravina, and Niku, happy birthday to you and God blessings. May you always continue to be part of our family. I know you have a big family already, and taking on more is obviously not going to cause you any pain, but it's always a pleasure to have you in our lives and around us as well. I'd like to dedicate this bhajan to you. Naam tumhara हम रखते हैं, मान भक्त का तुम रखते हो, कहाँ छुपे हो राजा राम, कहाँ छुपे हो राजा राम. This song comes from a movie. Which movie it comes from? नाम तुम्हारा हम रखते हैं. Movie? I know this movie. Very nice movie, you should watch it. I think it's in black and white. मान भक्त का तुम रखते हैं. Tell me the movie if you know. आज बचा के सुहाग सती का मेरा बचन निभा सकते हो. Aha, Tulsidas. You gotta watch this movie called Tulsidas. It's in black and white. I don't know where you'll get it, but it's a really nice movie to tell you about Tulsidas. Tulsidas, it actually talked about the life of, there we go, everybody, Tulsidas, Tulsidas. Yep, Tulsidas. This and many other beautiful songs came in this movie called Tulsidas. Which other song is from Tulsidas? Anybody know? अरे राजा जी के कुंवर कन्हैया हो, तेरी नैया के कौन खेवैया हो, मेरी नैया के राम खेवैया. Those songs, the older they get, the more beautiful they are. Watch the movie Tulsidas. राधा जी के कुंवर कन्हैया हो, मेरी नैया का कौन खेवैया हो, मेरी नैया के राम खेवैया. Yeah, the wife of Tulsidas turned his life around. The wife of Tulsidas turned his life around. And I'm not saying that your wife will turn your life around. I'm saying we are here to turn each other's life around. We are here together to turn each other's lives around, friends. You can turn my life around. Not from heaven to the other place. And I can turn yours around, my friends. You know, you can say this thing that this man come in my life, this person come in my life and he turned my life around. It could mean a good and a bad thing. Or he turned my life upside down. Well, that way you know it's bad. But watch Tulsi Das. I don't know if you can find it. It's not on Netflix for sure. I don't know if you can find it on YouTube, or you can find it in different parts in YouTube. But look at it. Beautiful, nice. It shows you Tulsi Das when Ratnavali, his wife, went to the mother home, and he missed his wife so bad. He went and he stand up by the bedroom, and he saw light, and he wanted to know how he can go see his wife. And so he saw some ropes, and he climbed up on the rope. And when he realized what he was climbing on, the ropes were actually snakes. He climbed up and he went in. And his wife told him, the love that you have for me, have half of that love for Bhagwan Ram. Have half of it for Ram and see how much difference it will make. And it is just a beautiful, beautiful old-time movie, Tulsi Das. Watch it. You can read about Tulsi Das and so, but a little downtime you can do some entertainment. Nah? And so this song came from there as well. Naam tumhara hum rakhte hai, kaha chupe ho Raja Ram. Where have you hidden, O Raja Ram? Deepak bhuja jalaja Ram. Hey Prabhu, come to me, my Lord, and reignite that light which is gone. Reignite that light. You know, when a bulb is blown, it's not going to sit there and fix itself, right? It's not going to sit there and fix itself. Someone has to come and take it out and replace it or repair it. And that is Ram Bhagwan. Reignite my life. I'm the blown bulb, right? Reignite my life. You have created this world, O Bhagwan, Naranari se hai sansar ek bina duja bekar. You have reignited this world. Man and woman should dwell together in your service. One will be very unhappy without the other, Bhagwan. As man and wife separated, there is no hope of survival. He's talking about his wife and so. How can we cross this midstream, O Lord? Please come and reunite us. This is obviously talking about bringing people together. And this is, of course, Bhagwan. Under his name, of course, yesterday all of you did Jhandi. Man, I see some people from New York did some preparation last night. There was somebody named, I forgot her name, Diane Ramdihal, I think. She had a Jhandi house yesterday. That was so awesome. I snapped the picture and I saved it. I'm going to post it all later of all the folks. People had like Jhandi house last night, and it was amazing to see how many people connected. People had a big Jhandi flag and their puja, and they had their grandkids, and we had some chill babies. Of course, Xavier was watching the program for the first time, doing puja for the first time. We had dogs and everything present there. It was crazy. And I was so moved to see people doing puja around the world like this. God, my friends, has brought us together, my friends, under his umbrella. So glad for all of you, and I feel so connected yesterday, as I feel every day with this beautiful satsang. So, नाम तुम्हारा हम रखते हैं, मान भक्त का तुम रखते हो, आज बचा के सुहाग सती का मेरा वचन निभा सकते हो, कहा चुपे हो राजा राम, राजा राम, दीपक बुझा जला जा राम, कहा चुपे हो राजा राम, राजा राम, दीपक बुझा जला जा राम। नर नारी से है संसार, एक बिना दूजा बेकार। नर नारी से है संसार, एक बिना दूजा बेकार। पति उस पार सती उस पार, कैसे पार करे मझधार। पति उस पार सती उस पार, कैसे से पार करे मझधार, छोटा साथ मिला जा राम, आ जा राम, दीपक बुझा जला जा राम, कहाँ छुपे हो राजा राम, आ जा राम, दीपक बुझा जला जा राम। जय श्री राम। रोको इन्हें नहीं जाने दो, अपने घर को फिर आने दो, रोको इन्हें नहीं जाने दो, अपने घर को फिर आने दो, 2 दिन को तुम इतलाने दो, तेरी दया पर इतराने दो, 2 दिन तो तुम इतलाने दो, तेरी दया पर इतराने दो, मेरा वचन निभा जा राम, आ जा राम, दीपक बुझा जला जा राम, कहाँ छुपे हो राजा राम, आ जा राम, दीपक बुझा जला जा राम, राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम, राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम राजा, राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम, 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 राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम। बोले सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। Happy birthday to you again, Auntie Lake. God's blessings always. And Auntie Usha, thank you very much on behalf of your family as well. On behalf of our temple, thank you for reaching out to us and always being prayerful and positive in our work ahead. We're going to sing a few songs, friends, a few bhajans to liven up our day, our evening, and to keep us really connected. Remember, my friends, of course, every evening we are on here at 7 p.m., Shanti Satsangh. Yeah, your new soap, I heard many people are saying. And Saturday evening is our grand outside satsang, where people will assemble in their cars. I read to you the law, you have to stay in your car. Bring a candle with you that night. And we're going to have Hanumanji Chalisa at the land starting at 7 p.m. in the parking lot of Bhavani Shankar Mandir. We will have volunteers telling you where to park and so on. Please be respectful of that. We'll try our best to give you good sound. You can always tune into Facebook there as well, just to, keep your connection, because we want to make sure we connect always in satsang in every way. So Saturday evening that is happening, and I've got some other things I'm working on for the program as well, just to make sure we're always doing something new, do something exciting, and just to make our life very, very productive. So we'll sing a few bhajans, and then we'll do our Hanumanji Chalisa, and we'll call it a night, everyone, just to make sure that all of us go to bed, with a very, very pleasant mood. Bole Siyapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Yeah, my Puachil show, that was my dad's favorite song. Yeah, she knows that very much. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so there is a song. Mati kahe kumar se, tu kya ronhe mohe, ek din aisa aayega, main dungi tu thoi. This is a compilation of Kabir Das's dohas, some of them. Mati kahe kumar se, tu kya ronhe mohe. The earth is telling the potter, that today you are squeezing me. You are squeezing me, but one day will come, O potter, when you will go inside of me and I will squeeze you back in return. Karma at its best. Kabir Das tells us, my friend, आए है सो जाएंगे राजा रंग फकीर, एक सिंहासन चरी चले एक बंदे जंजीर, दुर्बल को न सताइए जाति मोकी हाय, बिन जीव की हाय है लोह भस्म हो जाए, लोह भस्म हो जाए. Even the steel and everything else will become ash one day, my friends. आए है सो जाएंगे राजा रंग फकीर. Whether we are king, Raja Rank, or we are, a priest and whoever we are in life, kings, beggars, going and coming is a process that all of us will, of course, not be accepted from. So inevitable, once one comes into the world, he'll have to go. Be he a king who sits on a throne, or a beggar, or a slave bounded in chains, ekam badej zanjeer. No? So do not persecute the weak, my friends, for his curse is so strong that it has the capacity to melt even something as durable as iron. Do not wish bad on people. चलती चक्की देख के दिया कबीरा रोय, दो पाटन के बीच में साबित बचा ना कोई. Observing the grinding mill crushing the grains, sparing none, Kabir Das says he was brought to tears, reflecting that in the same way all things in life are eventually consumed by the cycle of time. साच बराबर तप नहीं झूठ बराबर पाप, जाके हृदय सत्य है वाके हृदय आप. There is no greater penance than truth in this world. There is no greater sin than a lie. Where there is truth, God will reside. Kabir Das, my friends, he puts it all together and he says that, listen, Kabira खाई कोट की पानी फिर न कोई, जाई मिले जब गंगा से तो गंगो तक होए. When dirty water flows into the Ganga, Kabir Das says, it becomes as pure as water from Gangotri. Likewise, Tulsidas ji says, those who seek the grace of Lord Ram become as pure as the sacred plant of Tulsi itself. It's an amazing thing. Amazing, amazing. Does one really, when you look into the big ocean, do you really care? When you look into the big Ganga, do you really care where the water came from? It looks so beautiful, deep, and pure. Because when all the little things merge with the big, powerful ocean, beauty, my friends, is seen in it. Let us merge with God every day, my friends. There's a beautiful song, Mati Kahe Kumari Se. I urge you, if you have time, and I know you have, stop wasting time Googling all this COVID stuff and I don't know what and what. Google Kabir Das. Famous Dohas, you can Google famous Dohas by Kabir Das. All of you have technology. Seniors, young people, grown people, mid-aged people, all of you have phone and so on, some tablet and thing you get. I tablet where I drink. So, Google Kabir Das Dohas with English meaning. And you can see how beautiful Kabir Das, one of our saints, put all these beautiful meanings together. Now let us sing together. Mati kahe kumare se, tu kya rondhe mohe. Mati kahe kumhar se, माटी कहे कुम्हार से, तू क्या रोंधे मोहे. माटी कहे कुम्हार से, तू क्या रोंधे मोहे. एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रोंधूंगी तो ये है. एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रोंधूंगी तो ये. माटी कहे कुम्हार से, तू क्या रोंधे मोहे. एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रोंधूंगी तो है. एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रोंधूंगी तो ये. आई है सो जाएंगे राजा रंग फकीर, राजा रंग फकीर। एक सिंहासन छरी चले, एक बंदे संजीर हो। एक सिंहासन छरी चले, एक बंदे संजीर। दुर्बल को न सताए, जाकी मोती हाय। बिन जीव की हाय से लोहा भस्म हो जाए। माती कहे कुमार से, चलती चक्की देख के दिया कबीरा रोए। चलती चक्की देख के दिया कबीरा रोए। दो पाटन के बीच में साबित बचाना कोई। दो पाटन के बीच में साबित बचाना को। हार जले जो लुकरी, हार जले जो लुकरी। केश जले जो घास, सब जग जलता देख के भई कबीर उदास, भई कबीर उदास। कबीरा खाए कोत की, पानी फिरे ना को। कबीरा खाए कोत की, पानी फिरे ना को। जाय मिले जब गंगा से, जाय मिले जब गंगा से, तो गंगो तक हो। तुलसी तुलसी सब कहे, तुलसी बन की घास। हो गई कृपा राम की, तो बन गई तुलसीदास, बन गई तुलसीदास। माती कहे कुम्हार से, तू क्या रोंधे मोहे। एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, मैं रोंदूंगी तो। एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, मैं रोंदूंगी तो। एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, मैं रोंदूंगी तो। देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गए भगवान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। प्रभु देख तेरे संसार की हालत, look at the condition of your world, oh प्रभु। How changed your world has become. सूरज न बदला, चांद न बदला, ना बदला रे आसमान। The sun hasn't changed, the moon hasn't changed, the skies haven't changed, but look how changed still your world is, प्रभु। आया समय बड़ा बेढंगा, आज आदमी बना लफंगा। Time has come when all are part of a riot. Everybody wants to fight for something. I'm going to fight for this, I'm going to fight for that, I'm going to fight for this, I'm going to fight for that. Arey bhai, what are we fighting for? I'm going to fight for peace. It's such unusual. You're fighting for peace. Can you imagine that? You're fighting so that peace could come. It's crazy. Peace has nothing to do with fight. Shanti has nothing to do with fight. But we're going to fight for peace. Why do we have to fight for anything? Stop fighting. Do more praying. आया समय बड़ा बेढंगा, आज आदमी बना लफंगा. People have become a loafer. Man has become a loafer. कहीं पे झगड़ा, कहीं पे दंगा, नाच रहा नर होकर नंगा. Today man is nothing but a loafer. Here is a fight, over there is a quarrel. Every man is nakedly dancing all over the place with hypocrisy, with deceit. People are selling themselves out. Ram ke bhakt, Rahim ke bandhe. Everybody is becoming everybody else's devotees. Rachate aaj fareeb ke phande. Involving in deception and plot only. कितने ये मक्कारी अंधे देख लिए इनके भी धंधे. How cunning and deceitful we are sometimes. Our actions are quite obvious. My friends, sun hasn't changed, moon hasn't changed, sky hasn't changed, but still, hey, can I give you a joke? I have to give you a joke. This is real, I'm telling you. You know, you probably know that I'm a little dramatic by now. You know that, right? Just a little dramatic. Because I'm trying hard to be a comedian, but it's not working.
And it will never work.
And the kids are saying it'll never work. So one time I was doing a puja. This is, I'm telling you, live, real, not making stuff up. So I was saying in the puja that I was making comparison that, today is not long time, Long time, the Panditji used to have a book, traditional book, and he used to read from the book. He used to carry a book all over the place and read. Long time, they used to have bhajan book. I'm a long time guy, have bhajan book. Today, we have phone. You put bhajan in phone, or when you want to sing a guru some bhajan, you sing right there. So I was saying long time, and they had book, now they have phone. And I was saying long ago, people had a bicycle, and Pandit used to wear. When I started doing Pandit work, I had a bicycle. I had a Big Ben. You know what's a Big Ben? We had a Big Ben. So Big Ben is one big bicycle with heavy fender and thing. And I used to ride with my dhoti, from country all over the place to do pujas. Right? I say a long time, we got bicycle. Today people get motor car and thing like that, So I was comparing motor car. So I was making a comparison, right? So I finished my puja and everything went nice. So I said, Bhai Sahab, there was a kirtan group. I said, Bhai Sahab, yeah, we had a Big Ben. My dad used to ride that Big Ben sometimes from Cotton Tree to Maikoni, a bicycle. You see, my cousins are on here; they know all the story. We had a stainless steel Big Ben. We had a stainless steel Big Ben. Big Ben, a big bicycle, stainless steel. People used to envy that bicycle because most bicycles you see they get like black steel and thing. We had a stainless steel one. It was priceless, right? And my dad used to ride that from Cotton Tree to Maikoni, to Erie Hall and thing to visit the brother and so on, and then come back. He was a different guy. Anyways, yeah, a lot of you know the Big Ben. You think I'm funny, Draupadi Sicharan? You see kids, they think I'm funny.
No.
And you guys don't think I'm funny.
The only reason because it's funny because your jokes are so bad. We find it funny because of how bad.
Oh my God, the kids say my jokes are so bad, that's why they find it so funny. But Draupadi Sicharan disagree with you. Draupadi Sicharan. Sister Zuzu, yeah, my dad, my father, your Chacha Body Pandit, that was his only way to go. Exactly. My Chacha Body was a Pandit as well. My cousin is there, Zuzu. Of course. And Didi Chandra says something he's going to Mahika too. With the Big Ben. He was quite a rider. My dad was a ride man. Anyways, yeah, so I was doing the puja. You see, Tash from Guyana, you're going to be my best friend now. Tash from Guyana says, I agree, you're funny. Hey guys, this is somebody important to me. And she says, I'm funny. Loving the old stories, miss my father for good old stories. We have to have a little fun, giggles. Of course, I'm funny. I think I've graduated from the joker stage. I'm not a joker anymore. I'm funny now. At least I'm not a comedian. Or am I a comedian or a joker?
You're not.
Oh my God, they're so mean. These children, they're so bad. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm a comedian. Anyway, so I was doing this puja, and I told the people, long time we used to get a book. Today we get computer and things like that. So I said, Bhaiji, sing a bhajan now, and but sing something related to the katha. If you do Hanuman katha, Ram katha, you have to sing Hanuman bhajan, Ram bhajan, thing like that. To complement the katha, because that's important. I went to a yajna once in Bath Settlement. Anybody know Bath Settlement here? My mom from Bath Settlement, Bagdam. So I went to Bath Settlement once, and Pandit Reep was reading a katha there, and he read Sudama katha, and Uncle Dashrath, who was a legend tan singer from Bath Settlement, Borbishans, we have Uncle Dashrath, Uncle Mohit and so on. And he said, Dash, sing a bhajan there. And Uncle Dashrath didn't sing a song. And afterwards we asked, we were little, why didn't you sing? You're such a legend. He said he did not have a song to fit the katha that Panditji read. Right? That's how you do the things, right? Nowadays you do Hanuman katha, Hanuman puja, Ram puja and thing. And then ask somebody to sing a bhajan and sing Maili Chadar or something like that, right? So you got to match, the bhajan has to match the katha, then you have the whole flavor. It's a whole flavor. You got to cook nice, man. It's really a cook. Me know for cook, but I know for cook up the satsang. So your bhajan has to match the katha. So I give my story, long time story, this time story, whatever. I said, Bhaiya, sing a bhajan then on to complement our katha. The Bhaiya sing nothing. So I said, what's going on? You got to sing something. Sing something, man. The Bhaiya start, this time na long time, this time na long time, this na day before time, this time na long time. I said, what are we doing? He said, that is your katha. You talk about this time na long time, this time na long time, this na day before time. I crack up in the puja because it's just like, I was talking about long time and this time, today time. And he said, this time na long time, this time. It was so funny. Anyway. This time na long time, this time na long time. This not day before time. Akash, you laugh?
Akash is laughing in the inside.
Okay, if Akash is laughing, then we're having fun. So, the man started to sing, this time na long time, this time na long time. Long time get one bicycle, now you get a motor car. Long time you get one big book, now you get one computer. So, you see, people think I'm funny. You guys gotta give me some credit. I am trying to be, at least working hard to be funny. You see, even Sister Leela think I'm funny. Shaniza JP says I'm hilarious. Ivy Narayan said that's a good one. And I didn't even make it up, So this song, Dekh Tere Sansar Ki Halat. How come we divert here? Anyways. Dekh Tere Sansar Ki Halat Kya Ho Gaye Bhagwan. It means, what is going on with your world, Prabhu? So much have people changed. While the sun and moon came and they didn't change, we are all changing every day. If you have to change, my friend, just Manisha Ramlakan, your parents agreed I am a comedian, that I can make jokes. Manisha, you're awesome. That's awesome. See, people think I'm actually funny. I gotta tend to you guys now, because you're laughing. Okay. देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गई भगवान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गई भगवान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। सूरज न बदला, चांद न बदला, न बदला रे आसमान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। ओ देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गई भगवान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। आया समय बड़ा बेढंगा, आज आदमी बना लफंगा। कहीं पे झगड़ा कहीं पे दंगा, नाच रहा नर होकर नंगा। छल और कपट से हाथे अपना बेच रहा ईमान। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गई भगवान। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। राम के भक्त रहीम के बंदे, रचते आज गरीब के फंदे। कितने ये मक्कार ये अंधे, देख लिए इनके भी धंधे। इन्हें की काली करतूतों से हुआ ये मुल्क मसाल। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। ओ देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गए भगवान। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। जो हम आपस में न झगड़ते, बने हुए क्यों खेल बिगड़ते। कहे लाखों घर ये उछलते, क्यों ये बच्चे मां से बिछड़ते। पूत पूत की क्यों रोते प्यारे बापू के प्राण। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गई भगवान। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। सूरज न बदला, चांद न बदला, न बदला रे आसमान। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। Yep, that was actually written by Pradeep. Pradeep is a real old-time singer. जय शिव शंकर और धरधारी, जय गिरि तनया मातु भवानी। हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर हर। Pradeep, very old nasal singer. Awesome songs he wrote, and we'll sing some of his songs coming up in the program. So we'll have, what we're trying to do is someday we'll have like a Hari Om Sharan evening, a Pradeep evening, a Mukesh Bhajan evening, something like that, to make it a little bit different flavor. We're going to have our last Hanumanji Chalisa. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Rajan, निज मन मुकुर सुधार। बरनो रघुवर बिमल जसु, जोदायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु, हरहु कलेश विकार।
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत तुलित बल धामा, अंजलि पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, निवार सुमति के संग। कंचन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए। रघुपति की नहीं बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिया भरत संभाय। सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाए राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लीनो ताहि मधुर पद जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका विमुख माहि, जल दिलांगी गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनते सारे। सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहो को डरना। आपने तेज संभालो आपे, तीनों लोक हाथ कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जोरावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, तासु अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्धि जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारा। सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दास। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंतकाल रघुबर पुर जाए, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए। और देवता चेतन तरहि, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे बीते सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे
पवन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय में बसहु सुरभूप सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय शरणम प्रभु शांताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविरध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिना सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। बोले गणपति भगवान की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की, सियाभुज रामचंद्र की जय, राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय, जगदम्बिका माता की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सबको ये जय जय सीताराम, जय श्री राधे, ओम नमः शिवाय। Thank you all for being here tonight, and so nice to see you online. Just going to hop online and say, mark your name present. Jai Sitaram to everyone, and hope you have a very pleasant evening, and to see you all tomorrow back again on Shanti Satsangh, 7 p.m. So, the Ramsaran family, Jai Sitaram, Sati Singh, Surajdev Parshram, Sunita Kamraj, Natasha from Guyana, Jasmine Shrikasun, Sister Leela, Devi Hardat, Lizzie Singh, Leonard Kosyal, Ivy Narayan, Sunita Kamraj, Nirvati Basant, Jai Sitaram, Jai Shri Krishna, Namaste, good evening to all of you. Om Bangwadin, Vidyabasi Ram, Sonraji Lachman, Gita Ram Pratap from Florida, Leela Sanichar, Auntie Leela, Lakshmi Punai, and Uncle Pedro and all the Punais, Nivedita Chalu, Lizzie Charju, Vishnu Prasad, Dalip Singh, Sunita Kamraj, and Narendra Balraju, Indra and Bhaji Raj, Sabitri Manbod. Hope all of you have a blessed night, everyone. Nandini Janki, Jasmine Shrikusun, Kamla Dwarka, Rajan Shari Bidhu, Dolly Singh, Leena Sa, Patsi Mahadev, Kapita Satar, Didi Shanti from Guyana, Hemati Ram Sarup, Devika Prasad Nasir, Pauji Minto and Dada, Sunita Subnath, Vidyan Ganesh Singh, Gauri, Chandravati Sukram, Bhaji Raj and Devian family, Ashunita, Salika Kumar, Ravi Jagdev, Sharda Guraya Bisnath, Chandraj Kubzi Chandra, Niranjan Gopal, Susi, Didi Zuzu from New York, Gomati Narayan, of course, Rich and Sita and family, Sarah, you think I'm funny, thank you. Sister Camila and Derek, Sitaram, Sabu Ram Narayan, Antidata from Florida, Pamela Kosyal, Yogini Rajman Singh, Sabika Prasad, Shanti Saw, President, Sir, President Teacher, Isabella Bechan, Vanessa Singh, Jai Sitaram, everybody, Gina Grafu, Natasha Devina Chedi, Charlie Prasad, Jai Shri Ram, Savita Lakan, Anand Ibrahim, Manish Ram Lakan, can't wait for Saturday, it's going to be awesome. Sandra Govardhan, Patsi Mahadev, Edith Saw, Sirojni Sukhu, Rich Ramnath and family, let's see, Sanraji Lachman, Lake, of course, and family, Pamela George, Vanessa Singh, Jai Sri Ram, everyone, Sapita Rai, Kavita Sukhbir, Shaniza JP, Lizzie Singh, Dan Ram Dehal, Jaywanti Meena Singh, Marianne Lu, Champa Korban, Tami Chan, Gary Dear Narayan, Mami Mohan, Catherine Shivnath, Tameshwar Arjun, Jira Prasad. Jai Sitaram, everyone. Have a blessed evening. Tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Shanti Satsangh. God bless all of you.